RH, quer saber como voar no trabalho? É só usar a Flash. Com a Flash, você concentra toda a gestão de pessoas em um único lugar. Faça a admissão dos colaboradores e solicite mais de 8 categorias de benefícios. Ah, e você ainda pode fazer todo o controle de ponto. Conheça o novo onboarding integrado da Flash em flashapp.com.br.
Aproveitando o break do seu podcast para perguntar, será que você sabe... Trident apresenta um feat de gerações com Rita Lee e Luísa Sonza.
Eu procuro estar por dentro, doutor, dessa nova geração. Mas minha filha não me leva a sério, doutor. Ela fica cheia de mistério com esse tal de rock and roll.
Quando terminar seu podcast, já aproveita para ouvir esse feat aqui no Spotify. Trident no Rock in Rio 40 anos. Masca e destrava seu rock and roll.
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. In today's episode... So I'm going to be talking about a video game that I just recently picked up. And honestly, I'm going to say that this game has to be one of the best games that I played this year. It's a solid game. I'm still getting through it. I haven't gotten to a point where I can say that I'm halfway through. I just started playing the game, so I imagine based on the map size too, there ain't no way possible I'm beating this game anytime soon. And that's what I like. I like a game where you can play it for a long period of time and you don't have to worry about it. And I feel like that the game also has a replay value to it too. So and then on top of that, it's the game's brand new to the scene, so I imagine that they're gonna most likely come out with some DLCs. If not that, a sequel, because I'm all behind this game. I 100% support it. And it's stuff like that where it makes me wonder, how is it that whoever this developer is, let me just look up to see who are the people, because I've seen only so far they've developed 2 games. It ain't no big old giant franchise either. I believe that these are some indie developers, if not just one indie developer. But let me see something real quick. Let me see. So the game is called Echo Point Nova. And to me, I'm like, man, this game, I just recently got into it. And yeah, the game's currently sitting at an overwhelmingly positive rating. It's one of those games where it's you have to experience it just because of how fun it is. But anyways, so they have it in the description thing. There's Echo Point Nova is an open world FPS that offers unparalleled freedom and thrilling speed, designed for both single player and co-op, from the creators of Severed Steel. And I think that was the only other game that they developed. But it's this company called Greylocks Game Studio. And yeah, they only have 2 games. And the other game, it does look like Echo Point Nova, but it's this game, and they released that back in 2021. So my thing is this: the fact that these whoever these guys are, they managed within a few years, it could 2 to 3 years, they managed to work on 2 games. And I imagine the other game is good too. I don't know what the ratings are for that. Oh, that game also has an overwhelmingly positive. So they're currently right now, when it comes to releasing good games and bad games, yeah, they're 2-0 on that. And the all the games are on sale right now. So Echo Point Nova is 10% off. Severed Steel is 90% off. So the game, you could get the game for $24.99, but the game you could get it for $2. That's what the sale is right now. Oh, and then they got a soundtrack that's 99 cents, but its regular price is $10. My thing is this: when you see games like that and then they don't cost that much, it confuses me, because I'm like, there are games that do cost that much and you would think that it would be much more better. To me, that's like somebody trying to convince me that Toyota Corolla is better than a Bugatti Veyron. And I'm like, fam, wait a minute, how? You got one car that does this top speed, it's and then you got another one where it's that's the car that you usually get when you can't get a Bugatti Veyron. But my thing is this though, it's you see, alright, so let me just lay this out. So yeah, let's say the Toyota Corolla is actually the faster car. It's the car that's, it comes at an affordable price. What are some other details I could say? Yeah, everything about the car, it's just good. Everything about the car is good. But then let's say with the Bugatti, there's all these like problems with the car. Sometimes the doors don't handle. Sometimes the steering wheel don't turn. Sometimes the wheels will lock up on you. Sometimes you be trying to go and open up the hood for the engine, or maybe it might be the trunk, because I don't know where exactly the engine is. I don't know if it's in the front or the back, but regardless, you're trying to open up the cover for the engine, and it won't open up. The windows sometimes don't roll down. You know, there's at times when the car doesn't even start. And I'm like, fam, you pay all that money for that car just to have all those problems. Meanwhile, you could get a cheaper car where it doesn't have all those problems and it lasts longer. See, and that's the thing that I see with gaming today, where it's like you see cheap games like this where it ends up being a long-lasting fun game, and then you see video games that's costing $59.99, $69.99. Then if they have like special editions, $79.99, $89.99, $99.99, over $100. And that confuses me, because it's like you would think you're spending that much for those video games, you would think that those games would be good. You honestly would think that. Now, somebody please explain to me, how is it that a little over $20 video game is better than half of the shooter games that came out this year? I wonder if they got like a list of, well, I imagine they probably do have like the latest games, or even just top selling FPS games. But anyways, top selling FPS games of this year. So you got, well, Counter-Strike don't count because that game came out a while ago. Okay, so they got, well, no, that's a good game. All right, well, no, I'm not finding no games. All right, you know what? I'm just going to go based off of like the low rated games. So anyways, you got Apex Legends. How is it that a $20, and you would think that, okay, Apex Legends, like, all right, if it's going backwards, like, so you would think the free game would be the best. Apex Legends ain't all that good, bro. And then plus it comes from a company where it's all like they charge you for a lot of the stuff in there. Everything in Echo, I don't even think they even have like no DLC stuff for the Severed Steel game. Let me just check real quick. Yeah, they just have is that soundtrack thing. But other than that, everything that they had that's like available in the game, it ain't no, you gotta buy a battle pass, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. No, they have, and they have a Steam Workshop. Don't they have? I think they have a like a level designer thing even in Echo Point Nova. Yeah, they have a level editor in there, so you can even create your own levels in this game. Yeah, to me, I'm like, man, that's crazy. They have it where it's like you have all this fun in that game. Meanwhile, there's games where it's like they either cost more or cost less. And it's not, but it's more popular than this game. And it's like, fam, you would think that, okay, you have more developers, you have more resources. Why isn't that game better than Echo Point Nova? That confuses me. And maybe I'm just talking too early on the game. I feel like that's my luck sometimes with video games, where if I talk good on them, I end up not liking them after a while. But anyways, for this game, I'm like, nah, bro, it's a solid game. I do like it, you know. But anyways, Call of Duty. You would think Call of Duty, that probably being the biggest shooter game out, you would think that game would be better than Echo Point Nova. It's not. And it's just I feel like that if you were to not know about video games, and then you see the amount of people working on Echo Point Nova, and then you see the amount of people working on Call of Duty, you would think Call of Duty, like, that would be a game where it's like, nah, bro, like, everybody is going to be playing this game, which they are in a way, but at the same time, are they enjoying it? Do you think, I feel like that if you were to give them Echo Point Nova, like, if that game was a free game, like, let's say if that was a game where you could try that game out for free, and it had that same publicity as Call of Duty, I guarantee and I promise you, nobody will be playing Call of Duty right now. Not one single person. The fact that other games done came out and they done did better than Call of Duty, that just shows me where if a game that's fun and a lot of people are behind it, yeah, Call of Duty ain't nobody gonna be playing that game. What are some other games on this list? I wish they had like a negative rating list on here, but yeah, it's like I feel like right now they're trying to show all the good games, because yeah, there are a lot of bad games out there, and it's like, fam, you know, it trips me out where it's like you see that. Like, I was just playing the one game 0 Hour, and you would think like, okay, like it seems like nowadays like indie developers, and you even have it where some indie developers can't get it together. How is it that whoever this person is, they done came out with 2 games? And yeah, I mean, you know, there are some games out there where it's like it's just only that one game, so it's like maybe it's a person that don't really know too much about gaming, but whoever the developers are behind Echo Point Nova, I'm convinced that they know something about gaming. It's either a situation where they done came from somewhere, meaning like they done came from another game developing company, or if these guys are just like, no, we ain't came from no other, like this is our like one and only, or our second time working on a video game, talking on Echo Point Nova, then my thing is this: I'm convinced that they are passionate about video game development. And then everybody else, where if you got games that's riddled with bugs, you got games that's riddled with glitches, half of them games don't even be starting up half the time. You look up a lot of these games nowadays, you got where people, that when you see them negative reviews, you got people that's saying like, oh, the game keeps crashing on me. Oh, I deal with cheaters and hackers. And I like the fact that in Echo Point Nova, it's like, yeah, you can play the game by yourself or you can play it with friends. I don't know if they ever will add any PvP content, but I feel like it will be solid. I feel like it would be fun. Overall, though, it's like, yeah, just playing the core game right now, like what they got out now, I think it's a fun and solid game. So to me, it just, I feel, besides talking on Echo Point Nova, this is like, I feel like, yeah, this is overall a 2-in-1 episode, because no, this is also telling developers, it's like, fam, you guys got to get your stuff together. Because I'm like, besides this game, I'm like, yeah, another game that I'm like more so fearing for other developers, but a game that will come out as next year is Grand Theft Auto 6. I know when that game comes out, it's going to be a situation with other developers. I feel like it's going to get it's going to get scary for other developers. And yeah, I feel like that the people behind this game, they're all like, okay, we got to come out with something that's fun. We got to come out with something that people are going to like. Echo Point Nova, we did good with this Severed Steel game, so we got to do good with Echo Point Nova. And it's like, if they did make any mistakes with that first game, they definitely have fixed the mistakes over the time. And then when they came out with Echo Point Nova, they didn't even have to worry about, because all they just got to do is do what they did last time. Be passionate. And that's something that I do not see in video game development. With a lot of video games out there, I don't see no passion. The only time I see passion is when a game is failing and then people are threatening to get their money back or leaving bad ratings and reviews for the video game. And then they're all like, okay, let's just do something to get people to shut up. And then we'll just, yeah, at that point, then yeah, we'll just go right back to just having no passion at all with the video game. And it'll be them main video games that fails. And that's why I'm talking on Echo Point Nova, because I'm like, I do not want this. I don't think that this game will fail, but I want to give this game as much publicity as I possibly can. So I will be doing this podcast episode. I will do a YouTube video talking on it. Most likely at some point in time, I will post the streams on YouTube on my gaming channel. Probably going to do some videos on the side of me just playing the game. Like, I want this game to get as much publicity as possible, because this is a good game. The funny thing was that like this game, it's not a popular game. I had just scrolling through Steam. That's how I discovered this game. So I'm scrolling through Steam, didn't really know what the game was. Kind of was like looking at or watching some trailer stuff on it, looking at some of the screenshots that they post on Steam, seeing that the game had a positive rating. And I think at the time being, it had like a very positive. It didn't even have an overwhelmingly positive. So I was like, all right, you know what? Usually games that's in that very positive range, yeah, it ends up being good, So I'm like, all right, let me just go ahead and play this game real quick. So anyways, bought it, figured game's only $20. It's like, that's not hurt my pocket and things. So I'm like, $20 game, looks fun. Yeah, let me go ahead and give this game or actually, you know what? No, so they do have a demo. So I like that. I like the fact that they have a demo. So they're all like, if you don't want to buy this game right now, you can just play the demo real quick. Fam, I'm telling you, I probably would have still been playing that demo, but I was already convinced halfway through that demo. I was like, no, I am going to play this game. I'm going to buy this game. So after I just went ahead, I was like, you know what? Buying this game, deleted the demo, streamed it, and I'm like, fam, this game is fun. And I was like, and there was one person that came to my stream that they were thinking about getting this game themselves, but I think they was like, they didn't want to, or they didn't like it, or how they thought it was something else. And I'm like, fam, whatever you was thinking it was, is better than that. I'm like, I'm gonna tell you that much, all right? But yeah, the game, so they put you on this, they give you like somewhat of an arsenal of weapons. I don't know how many weapons that you get in the game, but they do give you an arsenal of weapons. They give you this hoverboard where it goes at high speeds. I'm saying like you're like almost flying around all over the place, and then but it's like you're not really flying, but at the same time it's like you got like this grappling hook where you can grapple onto clouds. You can grapple on the clouds, hard surfaces. I'm saying like be slingshotting yourself all over the place. Like, fam, I feel like a ninja playing this game. And to me, I'm like, I love when video games do that. I love when they make this situation realistic. My thing is this, if I'm supposed to be this hardcore assassin, I shouldn't be going around getting killed left and right. That to me, I'm like, it's stuff like that where I'm like, bruh, that just defeats the purpose of the game. If I'm supposed to be this hardcore assassin, murdering machine, like, you know, in game, but if I'm supposed to be all these things, but they have me out there fighting as if I ain't got no power, I'm like, bruh, that ain't gonna make me want to play that game. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, that formula that the people did behind Echo Point, what's their company name? Hold on for a second. Let me look it back up again. Greylock Studio, the formula that Greylock Studio has with Echo Point Nova, that's what people be needing to have with their video game. That same exact formula. Not exactly what they're doing, but whatever video game you are coming out with, the formula is you have to have passion. You have to come out with a game that's worth playing. You have to come out with a game that's going to get an overwhelmingly positive reviews. Not an overwhelmingly negative, not a very negative, not a mostly negative, or just flat out negative. No, this game has to be when people very first discover it, a very positive, and then out of nowhere, you just get hit with an overwhelmingly positive. So I'm like, I ain't got nothing but love and support for this video game. I really do hope that it reaches its most successful point ever with its history and stuff. I really do hope that, because I'm like, nah, man. I was like, you know, and if I gotta do as much promotion as I can, I like, look, here's the thing, because I know people will probably be thinking like, oh, I'm getting paid to say this. Nah, fam. My thing is like, I had that choice on whether or not I wanted to. I went out of my way and bought this game. I'm not being paid. If anything, I'm giving my money away. So, but no, it's like, it's just something where it confuses me that this game is out, and then there's other games that's also out, and they're not good. And I'm like, man, I'm confused, because I'm like, bruh, if this guy could do it, I'm saying there's a lot of games out there where it's like, you know, whoever this person is, because I think they be streaming the game. Like, they have it on when you very first open up the Steam page, there's this like stream that pops up, and I think this is the developer. And yeah, it's like the thing is like, he's playing the game. The funny thing is, he's playing the game as if like how it's supposed to be played. Like, there ain't no, oh, it's gonna be a skill issue when playing this game. Like, no, you figure out the controls and all that stuff, and then after that, like, there ain't no way possible you're messing up on this game. But yeah, man, it's a solid game. Like, and the way that he's playing it, that's the way that I play it. I'm like, you know, you slingshotting all over the place, and you shooting guys that's trying to kill you. They ain't got no creepy stuff in the game. They ain't got no overly hard, difficult enemies. Nah, man, they just have it where it's all like, and the funny thing is, people I feel like would look at this game as difficult, because I know I've had my moments where I died in the game, but the thing is this, you go right back into it and you're all like, all right, I need to focus on this guy, I need to focus on that, so it's like they allow you to play this game how you want to play this game, and some ways might work, some ways might not work, but the thing is this, they are giving you the creative freedom of how you will go about playing a video game. They are giving you that. So that's what I like about this game, all right? There's passion with the developers. The game is a good game, and it's just one of those games where I'm all like, nah, man, it's up there. I would say, maybe this is just me kind of stretching it out a little bit. It's up there with Spider-Man 2. Like, I feel like that there are some games that I played this year where I was like, they're solid and dope games. That's one of them. And I'm all like, I did Spider-Man 2 wouldn't count, because I didn't get that. Yeah, that game came out last year. So, but anyways, or maybe I should say in the recent years, I'm like, yeah, definitely be them two games, because that is a pretty solid game, Echo Point Nova. So, but anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on podcast streaming service. Thank you guys, and peace.